Hey, Katya. Are you still enjoying that life of poverty of yours?
Good evening, Palma. First of all, I'm not in poverty and get by just fine. What makes you think that I'm in poverty? Anyways, what do you want?
Yeah. You're poor compared to my father, so there's no point in acting all tough.
Your father?
Yeah, my father. You haven't heard of him? I got divorced with my husband a few years back, and I'm now living with my parents in their house. You already know that, right? It's not the weird kind of father, all right? I don't need to do such perverted things because my family is already so rich.
Oh, yes, I've heard. I heard that you were so careless with money and so selfish that your husband lost patience with you and divorced you.
Huh? That's not how it went at all. It's just that my ex-husband couldn't keep up with my celebrity lifestyle, which means that we were meant for different worlds in the first place, and we only noticed that after we got married. I pitied him and how he had to live with me in my celebrity world when he couldn't keep up, so I let him go back to the world of the common people.
Huh? You let him go back to the world of the common people? I guess that's one way of putting things.
Huh? What are you trying to say? I know you're jealous of my celebrity lifestyle, but that's no excuse to get all salty on me, all right?
Whatever. Could you get to the point already? Why did you suddenly contact me? I don't have the time to talk nonsense with you all day, so please hurry up and tell me what you came to say.
What do you mean nonsense? But I'm your fellow mother at the kindergarten. That's a bit too mean, don't you think? Anyways, though, I agree. I should just hurry up and tell you the news because it's something that will make you fall to your knees. You won't be able to act all tough after you hear what I have to tell you.
Is that so? Hurry up and say it then.
You see, it's about your husband, Louis. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid he's mine now.
What?
You see, I've been thinking recently that my children need a father and that I need a husband myself. That's when I remembered that your husband, Louis, was such a high-spec and handsome man. Someone like that is wasted on a poor woman like you, so I decided to have him for myself. We've been going out for a few months now, and he finally said that he wanted to get married with me.
So, what you're trying to say is that my husband cheated on me with you?
I don't like how you put it that way. It makes it sound like I did something wrong. I want you to say that this is a successful celebrity marriage. Besides, it's not cheating because I'm a better fit for him than you ever were.
I don't know what your definition of cheating is, but I'm pretty sure that that's not how the law defines it. Anyways, I don't care about any of that. Just get to your point already.
Huh? But I already did get to my point. I just wanted to come and tell you that I stole your husband from you.
Are you sure that's it? You went out of your way to tell me about this yourself, which means that you probably intend on putting an end to this soon, right?
Putting an end to this? What do you mean by that? Oh, you're talking about the alimony, right? Jesus, this is the problem with poor people like you. Your husband just got stolen from you, and the first thing you think about is the money that you're going to receive from me as an alimony? This is why I hate the common people. It's like all their emotions have been replaced with a lust for money.
Calm down, princess. It seems that you don't quite understand the situation. Please don't forget that you're the one who's in the wrong here and not me. You really shouldn't be as proud about this as you are right now.
You're so mean, Katya. It's not my fault that I was a better match for your husband, Louis, than you were. I'll forgive you for being so mean to me, though, because I'm going to consider what you just said to me as the final cries of the poor woman who just lost her husband.
Could you seriously just stop with all your nonsense? I want to get this over as fast as possible, as reading your text is honestly a pain in the rear end. What are we going to do about the alimony?
That's not a problem. My dad is going to pay for it anyway, so just hurry up and get divorced with Louis, all right?
You're going to count on your father, huh?
Yeah, so what if I count on my father to pay the alimony? What difference does it make to you? Anyways, should I give you 10,000 euros for the alimony or something? That's above the average amount for things like this, right? 10,000 euros is nothing for my father, you see.
Aren't you like 40 years old? And you're seriously saying stuff that a rich teenage girl would say?
Yeah, say whatever you want. You're just jealous your family is too poor for you to rely on your parents yourself. I mean, my father works as the department head for one of the two largest companies in this area. His salary increased almost threefold ever since he became a department head, which means that even if I'm now divorced and I'm a single mother, I don't have to worry about money even a single bit. I'm basically a celebrity, you know.
You're getting off topic again, Pelma. What makes you think I wanted to hear any part of what you just told me?
Huh?
I already got that you're very proud of being a celebrity, but I'm going to have to talk with Lewis himself first and check whether what you just told me now is true. If necessary, I'm going to be hiring a lawyer after that and ask him or her to handle this for me. Please be a bit more patient, because I won't be able to get divorced with Lewis just yet.
Is that so? But are you sure it's all right if you hire a lawyer? I mean, wouldn't that be a bit too expensive for someone as poor as you?
You're still saying that? Like I said, I'm not poor. I don't know why you ever started thinking that in the first place.
I mean, once you get divorced with Lewis, you won't be able to maintain your current lifestyle anymore, right? Which is why I'm just so worried about you.
Is that why you've been calling me poor all this time? Because you knew that me and my husband would get divorced soon?
Yep, I've been calling you poor ever since me and Lewis started going out, you see. I mean, it hasn't happened yet, but it will happen, so it's the truth, right? It was so hilarious seeing you confused as to why I was calling you poor.
I think it would be best if you started worrying about yourself and what's about to happen to you before worrying about other people's futures. Just remember, though, that whatever happens to you from now on is your own doing.
Huh? What even is that?
I'm not going to reply to a single one of your texts until I'm finished preparing. Goodbye.
Come on, Katya, what is the meaning of this? Your husband Lewis just came to my house. He says that you kicked him out of your house or something? I mean, I get how you don't want to share a roof with a husband who doesn't love you, but Lewis is the owner of that house, isn't he? You can't just kick him out like this. You're the one who should leave with your kids. Oh, I get it. Your parents are already dead, right? Which means that you can't rely on them and have nowhere else to go. Not only that, but you're so poor that you can't even stay in a hotel or something. Fine, if that's the case, then I'll forgive you for kicking Lewis out of his own home like this. But once you two get divorced and we pay you an alimony, you'll have the money to move out. I won't let you stay in the house after that, all right? By the way, Katya, were you able to hire that lawyer you said you were going to be hiring? My father is getting so impatient and keeps asking me how much the alimony is going to be. I need you to hurry up so he can pay it for me as soon as possible because my father is a busy man, you know? We're just waiting for you now. We'll be able to give you the money on the exact same day you ask it from us. Hey, when's this lawyer of yours going to come? Not only that, but why do you keep ignoring my texts? Why don't you reply at least once? I mean, it's so disrespectful how you keep ignoring my texts, even though you're just a poor woman. Hold on, what is the meaning of this? I happened to go by my dad's office today and saw you entering the building. What does someone like you have to do at a place like that? Oh, don't tell me, but are you currently in the process of trying to find a job after you get divorced? If that's the case, I'll ask to make sure that you don't get hired by his company. Oh, I almost forgot to tell you, but that lawyer of yours came today. We're going to give you that alimony you're asking from us by the end of the day, so look forward to it, all right? Katya, what in the world is the meaning of this? Yesterday, when your lawyer came and told me the amount of money we had to pay you, I tried to go and tell Dad about it since he was supposed to pay it off immediately. But when he heard your name, his face went pale and he gave a wail, locking himself in his room. After that, all he said was, "We're screwed." Just what in the world did you do to my father? Katya, what do you mean your husband Lewis is just a regular employee? But I thought he was the department head of some other company or something. I also heard from him that the house I thought belonged to him actually belonged to you. I tried to make Lewis pay the alimony for me since it looked like my dad wasn't going to be of any use, but even he said that it was impossible. Not only that, but for some reason my mom left my dad divorce papers she had already signed and left. Seriously, what in the world is going on here? This can't be happening. My dad's guilty of embezzlement? Is that why he started panicking and saying that we're screwed?
Good morning, Palma. I was just about to contact you about that myself.
Katya! Finally, you replied to my text. Hey, tell me what's going on here. What do you mean my father is guilty of embezzlement?
Well, it basically means that he's been stealing money that wasn't his. Because of that, your father was fired from the company.
Huh? What do you mean my father was fired?
It means exactly what you think it means. The reason I was about to contact you was to explain this to you myself.
What?
First of all, I'll tell you who I really am to make what I'm about to tell you now as easy to understand as possible. You see, I'm an executive manager at S Corporations.
What?
This is going to answer the question you had yesterday as well, but you probably mistook Lewis for being a department head of some company when, in reality, it was me who had that sort of position.
Isn't S Corporations...
Yes, it's the company your father used to work at before he got fired. I was an executive manager there, which means that I was one rank higher than your father at the company. Meaning that I was your father's boss, basically.
You were my father's boss?
Yes, let me continue. You see, your father was the accounting manager at our company. One day, one of our employees noticed that ever since your father got that position, the finances of the company have been a little strange. I decided to investigate this secretly when you suddenly revealed to me that my husband Lewis was cheating on me with you. That's when you gave me a hint as to who the person responsible for the company's finances being off was. You told me that your father was going to pay however much money I wanted, right?
Could it be the case that...
Yes. You see, your father, our former accounting manager, was always pretty free with his money. But ever since he was promoted to this new position, he's been spending a bit more money than one would think a person of his salary would actually be able to spend. You see, there were already plans for tens of thousands of euros from the company's finances to be used soon. We were keeping a watch on him because of that, as there was a possibility that he would attempt embezzlement again, you see.
What? You were investigating my father?
Repeating what I say word for word is a sign that you don't actually understand what's happening, you know? Make sure you read these texts I just sent you one more time carefully after our conversation. Anyways, the team that was tasked to investigate your father was able to successfully catch him trying to embezzle some more money, and he was soon fired after that.
What? So the reason that as soon as father got a promotion at his company, we were suddenly able to live a celebrity lifestyle was because...
It probably had something to do with the money he stole from the company.
But... if that's the case, then what am I supposed to do now? Your husband Lewis is just a regular employee and has no money, so I can't count on him. And the money that my father was supposed to give me to pay off your alimony was actually money that he stole. Who's going to pay for this alimony now?
Palma, have you ever considered working and paying it off yourself?
Huh? I'm supposed to get a job now?
Do you see any other options?
But I've never worked a day in my life.
Well, it looks like you'll just have to start.
Yeah, but...
You can't rely on anyone to pay the alimony for you, right? Which means that you'll just have to pay for it on your own.
I think I'll give Lewis back to you.
Sorry, I don't want him anymore. Besides, even if you break up with Lewis or something, it won't change the fact that you'll have to pay me an alimony.
Seriously? But I don't want him anymore.
If you have any questions regarding the law, then please ask my lawyer about it. Well then, I'm going to be blocking this account, so please contact me through my lawyer from now on.
Katya, wait!
Well, that was what happened. Palma's father was found guilty of embezzlement, and in exchange for settling things privately, he was asked to return all the money he stole from the company, which amounted to several tens of thousands of euros. It seems that his daughter Palma helped him out with returning this money. Unrelated to that, though, I was able to receive an alimony from both Palma and Lewis. I thought that Lewis would be taking custody of our children, but apparently he just one day disappeared entirely, telling one of our neighbors that he was leaving to find a new job. For some reason, it looks like Lewis is currently with Palma's father somewhere, and one day, after I had almost forgotten about what happened, our office at S Corporations was suddenly just mailed his letter of resignation. According to the rumor, He had to take on a loan from the same people Palma got a loan from as well. I don't know whether that has something to do with this, but no one knows where the three of them are right now, and neither is anyone able to contact them.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Lizzie, it's been a while.
Huh? Is this Rachel? Wow, no kidding. It really has been a while. Did you want something?
I see you're just as disingenuous as usual.
Whoa, what's with you all of a sudden? Is that seriously how you talk to someone you haven't seen in 5 years after messaging them out of the blue? Just because we were pals back in college doesn't mean you get to be disrespectful towards me. There are such things as manners, you know? We're not kids anymore either. To think you're a fully grown adult and still don't even know the meaning of basic decency yet?
You've got some nerve. Who are you with right now?
Huh? I'm on my own, you psycho. What's with the interrogation, detective?
Playing dumb isn't going to get you anywhere. I've been doing some digging. I know everything.
Huh? Digging into what? What do you know?
You might not have noticed, but there's a camera in that bedroom, and I can see it in real time using an app on my phone.
A camera?
Seeing you guys smooch in my bedroom like that is making me want to vomit, so would you mind cutting it out?
Oh, I see. So, so mine and Donnie's steamy romance is out of the bag? Oopsie, I'm such a minx. What did I go and do?
Yes, and I'm pleased you accepted there's no use denying it anymore. Now, if you wouldn't mind, hurry up and get the hell out of my mansion pronto.
Huh?
Given the situation, I'd be super grateful if you could do me a favor and take that scumbag traitor Donnie with you while you're at it.
What the heck are you talking about? Why would I do something like that? Don't talk crazy. The only one who needs to get out of this mansion is you.
Why?
Think about it. If mine and Donnie's secret is out, you guys are pretty much definitely going to get a divorce now, right?
Right. Of course. I have no other choice. Divorce is the only option.
Well, that means that as of today, this mansion officially belongs to me and Donnie. Woohoo! I can't wait to start our new life together without having to worry about being found out. It's like a huge weight just got lifted off my shoulders. I'm actually glad.
Whoa. Slow down a sec there, Roadrunner. What exactly gives you the impression that mansion belongs to you all of a sudden?
I mean, duh, obviously it does.
I'm sorry, hun, but you are dead wrong.
But don't get the wrong idea. This was never about the money. Me and Donnie are truly in love with each other. It's just a coincidence that I ended up getting this mansion as a fortunate side product of our love. So don't go thinking I had my sights on it from the get-go or anything like that, because I didn't.
So you're saying you didn't get your claws into my husband for his money?
Right, exactly. Now, listen, Rachel, since I have a big heart, I'll kindly allow you some time to get your belongings together before I ban you from the place forever. But you better get a hurry on, because I want you and all of your things gone by the end of tomorrow. Hang on a sec. So, get this, Rachel. A letter came today. Do you know what it was? I think you know what it was. The compensation documents. 20,000 each from both me and Donnie. 40,000 in total. Wow. Are you really sure this is all you're going to ask of us? I was convinced after dropping down in status to a pitiful brokey after taking the financial hit of the divorce, you were sure to try and rinse us for as much as humanly possible. I can't tell you how surprised I was when I opened the envelope and realized how easy you're going on us. My jaw almost hit the floor.
That's the amount me and my lawyer decided on after a lengthy discussion. The payment instructions are written on the documents. I'd like it sooner rather than later, please.
Yeah, whatever. A measly 40K is chicken feed for Donnie. He'll barely even notice the difference in his bank balance, and obviously I won't notice at all because he's going to pay my share.
Chicken feed? Wow, it's all right for some, huh? It must be so nice to be that well off.
Why are you acting all surprised all of a sudden? You know better than anyone just how rich my man is.
The divorce papers?
Huh?
I left them with Donnie along with my lawyer's business card when I came to collect my belongings.
Oh, you mean those papers on the living room table? What about them?
Would you mind asking Donnie to get them filled in and sent to the address on my lawyer's business card as soon as possible?
If you're so worried about time, wouldn't it make more sense to fill them in yourself first? What a dummy you are.
I'll only be filling in my half when every last cent of the compensation I'm asking for has been paid in full into my bank account.
Oh, so that's how you're playing it, huh? If you tell me your address, I'll get him to send them to you.
I'm doing this through my lawyer precisely because I don't want to be directly involved with you, and I definitely don't want you knowing where I live. Take a hint.
Geez, touched a nerve, did I? I guess you're too ashamed to tell me your address because $150 a month cockroach-infested hellhole is probably the best you can afford now, isn't it, you poverty-stricken loser? Whatever, princess. Have it your way. I guess I can't hold not wanting to be seen in the depths of poverty after having lived at large in a big, luxurious mansion for so long. Jeez, Rachel, I almost feel sorry for you. Your pride must be at rock bottom. Sorry for not realizing what a sensitive issue asking for your address would be. I'll be more thoughtful in the future, princess.
Are you quite done? Just pay me my compensation as soon as you can. And see to it that those divorce papers make their way to my lawyer's desk as soon as possible.
Yeah, I heard you the first time, doofus. I want to get married to Donnie as soon as I can, so don't worry, honey pumpkin. This divorce will be over with before you know it, and then we can finally wash our hands of you. Oh, he's calling me to bed now. Gotta shoot. Time for some steamy fun with the stallion. Toodles! Hey, Rachel, Donnie says he paid both of our shares of the compensation, so you should have your full $40K now. He said he sent the divorce papers off to your lawyer's office a few days ago. Is the divorce still not finalized?
I don't need constant updates from you, Lizzie. Donnie's in touch with my lawyer, so save yourself the trouble.
But don't you see? I want to update you, honey bun, because I relish in it. Do you have any idea how hard I had to work to get the upper hand over you? You could at least be a good sport so I can enjoy the fruits of my efforts.
Get the upper hand over me? What's that supposed to mean?
Wake up and smell the coffee already, doofus. I'm living in what used to be your mansion here. But now you're nothing but a worn-out has-been living in a heap of junk apartment not fit for the cockroaches that infest it. You always were the most insufferable goody-two-shoes back in college, weren't you? God, the way you sucked up to the teachers infuriated me to no end. But it turns out you were just an extra here to support me, the main character, all along. You had some nerve to marry someone as rich as Donnie. I was livid when I found out you were tying the knot. Livid.
So is that why you decided to go after him, to get back at me?
Who cares what my reasons were? The fact is that he loves me now, regardless. And now, your pompous air of self-importance is nothing but a distant memory after I romantically and financially beat the crap out of you. Bam, pow, crack. I tell you, sweetie pie, I couldn't feel any more refreshed. I'm picking up good vibrations.
So this was nothing but a desperate scheme to heal your wounded pride all along? I must say, I'm kind of disappointed in you.
Huh?
I'm heading out to hand the divorce papers in now. The two of you are officially free to do what you like.
Woohoo! Yippee! Yahoo! Looks like me and my precious Donniekins have a marriage to register for tomorrow. Are you back from the clerk's office yet?
Did you register to get married by any chance?
Yeah, of course. We handed everything in first thing this morning at lightning speed. No brakes on the love train. With this, my ascent to the ranks of the select chosen few of the mansion-owning, ultra-celeb housewives of the world is complete.
Ultra-celeb housewives?
Yes, doofus, ultra, celeb, housewives. 'Cause as of today, I'm married to Donnie, my filthy rich love muffin. I know you're probably still reeling from the shock of losing everything, but you should at least still be able to read basic English.
I see. The thing is, Lizzie, Donnie isn't filthy rich at all. He's actually up to his ears in debt.
What did you just say?
Meh, whatever. Judging from your constant boasting, you're head over heels in love with the guy, so what should it matter if he's in dire straits financially?
Wait, Rachel, what the hell are you talking about?
Wait, do you still not know? He borrowed the $40,000 he paid me in compensation from his uncle.
Huh?
On top of the $10,000 debt he was in to begin with, he must owe a square $50,000 by now. Good luck paying off his $50,000 of debt as a couple.
What the fuck? Rachel, what the heck is this? Are you telling me this huge mansion we're living in never belonged to Donnie? He said it was his family home, that he inherited it from his dad. Why do we have to leave?
Donnie doesn't have a family home anymore.
What? Why not?
Good grief. You married Donnie without knowing a single thing about his circumstances, didn't you? And what's worse, you didn't even bother to ask.
What are you talking about? None of this makes any sense.
Donnie's hometown is so far away you'd have to spend half a day on an airplane to get there. His mom took full custody of him when his parents divorced when he was 10. His mom remarried when he was an adult. She currently lives in Minnesota with her new husband. She no longer has anything to do with Donnie's real dad whatsoever. And Donnie hasn't seen him in decades, which means Donnie no longer has a family home.
Then who does this mansion belong to?
It originally belonged to my mom after she inherited it from my grandpa, her dad. Then when my mom passed, it went to my aunt. But then my aunt married and went to live with a guy she met down in Wyoming. She didn't want to sell it because of the sentimental value it had to all of us, but she also hated the idea of leaving it empty to rot, so she left me in charge of managing the place. Not long after I started doing that, me and Donnie got married, so we figured it made sense to move in there together.
Wait a second, does that mean... No way.
Yes way. Donnie could live 1,000,000 lifetimes and he still wouldn't have a hope in hell's chance of getting his mitts on that mansion. It has literally nothing to do with him now. After talking things over with my aunt, we've decided to put it on the market and sell up. So if the pair of you don't get out pronto, you're going to find yourselves in a really awkward situation.
Why didn't you tell me any of this before? We already got freaking married, goddammit!
But I did tell you.
Huh?
You were so insistent the mansion belonged to Donnie, but if you check through the chat logs, you'll see I did tell you were wrong.
What? Oh my god.
Go on, go ahead and check, it's all there.
Rachel, can I ask you one thing?
What is it?
Donnie's salary, how much does he make a year again?
His salary? If my memory serves me right, I think he made something like $25,000 last year.
$25,000? Is that all? How can that be when he lives such an extravagant lifestyle?
Where do you think he got that extra $10,000 of debt from? You know, aside from the $40,000 he just borrowed from his uncle to pay me in compensation. Apparently he used up all of his original savings on you when you constantly pestered him to buy you luxury branded clothing. It would appear that not wanting to destroy his hard-cultivated Mr. Rockefeller image, he went into debt so he could carry on lavishing gifts neither of you could afford on you to keep up the facade.
What? He destroyed his finances to buy me gifts? Oh, you've got to be joking me.
To be honest with you, I get the impression that even renting yourselves out a new apartment would be difficult at this point.
Oh my god. But I just sold my apartment to live with this broke loser. Ugh.
Oopsie. Now forgive me if it seems like I'm prying, but tell me, Lizzie, am I right in thinking relations between you and your parents are too frosty for you to rely on either of them for help? It's just I remember you saying something like that to me back in college is all.
Yes, that's right. Where am I supposed to live now? I'm in the mother of all predicaments here.
Turns out it's your lucky day. I hear Donnie's uncle, the one who lent him my $40,000 in compensation, is willing to take the both of you into his home on the condition that you look after the place and do all of his grocery shopping. Generous, right?
What?
Wow, did he seriously not tell you about that either? You guys have some severe communication issues.
This is the first I've heard of it. He doesn't tell me anything.
Well, how about you go try asking him now? I'm busy unpacking my things in my new house, so I don't really have time for this back and forth with you at the moment. Mind if we call it a day here?
Your new house?
Yep. I bought myself a place in Beverly Hills when I decided on the divorce.
A place in Beverly Hills?
Yep. It's a pretty old house, but I think it just adds to the charm. It's really lovely. What am I saying? It's Beverly Hills. Of course you already know how lovely it is.
Rachel, how is this possible? I thought you were just a regular company employee.
Yeah, my company's salary is about as average as it gets, but I have a side hustle which brings me in a tasty sum every month.
Side hustle? What's that? Forget it. Just let me live with you.
Not in a million years, honey pumpkin.
Why not?
Why would you move in with me when Donnie's uncle has so kindly agreed to let you live with him? Besides, you and I are strangers now. You have nothing to do with me.
But I thought we were friends.
The idea of the scheming gold digger who stole my husband thinking of me as her friend is so monumentally gross that the thought alone makes my skin crawl.
Rachel!
I'm pretty sure I already told you this, but good luck paying off his $50,000 of debt as a couple.
No!
3 months passed between me starting to collect proof of the affair and everything finally getting settled. It's nice to finally be able to breathe now that the whole affair is done and dusted. And I can't wait to put it all behind me. Even back in college, Lizzie was always the type who only seemed to be able to understand the concept of love and romance through dollar-tinted glasses. I knew back then that she was destined to end up chasing after men with money to satisfy her lust for the material. I lost count of the amount of times she stole other girls' boyfriends. I never thought it would culminate in her taking my husband, though. That said, something tells me a broke, debt-ridden liar wasn't exactly the knight in shining armor she'd spent her whole life imagining she'd snag. Between you and me, I chuckled a little during our message exchange when the reality of her situation was obviously starting to sink in. Sadly, for my wayward ex-husband and his money-obsessed companion, the only fate that awaits them now is a life cooped up in a tiny apartment with his uncle, who, it just so happens, is rumored to be a huge pervert and serial panty thief with a rap sheet for sex crimes longer than your arm. Could these rumors perhaps have something to do with the crying my friend, who happens to be Donnie's uncle's next-door neighbor, tells me she can hear coming through the walls every night? You know what? There are some things in this world it's better not to know.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.